This is hyperbola's day 1. And a couple of things that we want to remember about hyperbolas is that the equation contains a minus between the fractions. And then we have the equation equaling 1. A squared is always first. So it does not have to be bigger. And remember that when we were talking about ellipses, the A did have to be bigger. The vertices are A units from the center. And then the co-vertices are B units from the center. Be careful of the center. It's always HK. So X going left and right and Y going up and down. Okay, so let's take a look at this example here. We again have two types where we might have our, no, we'll just look at this one. Our X minus our H squared over A squared minus our Y minus K squared over B squared equaling 1. So this is going to be a horizontal. Okay, and then vertical is going to be our Y going first. So Y going first is going to kind of make it more of a vertical. So kind of like this and then kind of like that. Okay, and then we'll kind of get in some of our, you'll see all the pieces when we graph this first example, but so at our center here, this one is going to be 0, 0. Because we don't have any numbers with our X kind of behind our X or behind our Y. But we need to get it into that form where we have this equal to 1 before we can really see anything of our A squared and our B squared on the bottom. So this has to divide by 16 and 16 and 16. So we actually have X squared over 16 minus Y squared over 4 is equal to 1. And remember back up here when we wrote that A squared is always first. Doesn't have to be bigger. So this is my A squared. This is my B squared. And it goes with the X. So A being 4, that is X is left and right. B being 2, again, we're square rooting, and that is with Y. So it's going to be vertical up and down. The center again is at 0, 0. So that's where we're going to kind of put our 0, 0 here. And we're going to go out 4 units left and right. We're going to go up 2 units and we're going to make a box, kind of a rectangular box. And then through the vertices, we are going to draw a dashed line in both directions. And then we are opening to the side, opens to the side, because our X squared is first. Okay, so that means that we have through this point here, and we don't touch those dashed lines, those are our asymptotes, and we go to that point and kind of go alongside those. And there we go. That's it. Oh, we do need to label our vertices though that we put our dots at, which was -4, 0 and +4, 0. So right here and right here. And then our co-vertices up above there are 0, 2, and 0, negative 2, here and here. So co-vertices and vertices. There we go. All right, so if you want to try this one, you can go ahead, but be careful because this one has your Y first here. So that's actually your K, and that is actually your H for your center being HK. And so this one is going to open up and down with our Y being first, kind of think vertically. So if you want to try this one, go for it. Remember that also your A is the bigger number. Or sorry, A is first, excuse me. A is not always bigger. A is first, unlike the ellipses. So A is always first, A and B. There we go. But if you want to follow along, we have a 2, 1 for the center. A, again, being first is 2, and 5 here. And so this is vertical because it's with the Y, and this is horizontal because it's with the X. So we're going to start at 2, 1, and from 2, 1, we're going to go 2 units up and 2 units down, and those are our vertices. And then the co-vertices, we're going to go, if I can get 2 units down, correct, there we go. We're going to go 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, again, we're going to draw that rectangular box. Let's go ahead and write out our vertices since we just found them there. All right, and so our vertices here are going to be at 2, 3, and at 2, negative 1. And then our co-vertices are at 7, 1, and at negative 3, 1. And then we're going to draw our dashed line. And then we are, again, up and down. So we're kind of going to go through this point here and draw our, there we go, draw our hyperbola. All right, so now we're going to go and write the equation. So let's go ahead and find our center here, which we're given at negative 3, 1. Our A is the first, and that is our vertices, and that's going to go this direction. So that's our A right there of 2. And then we are vertically here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, A this way, B this way. And so X is first because we're opening left and right here. So when it's left / right, it is X being first. Okay, so vertices are there at negative 1, 1. And at negative 5, 1. Co-vertices are there at negative 3, negative 4, and negative 3, 6. So X being first, we're going to do our X plus 3, since we're putting this back in, squared, and it's a minus, and then a Y minus 1 squared, and again, it always equals 1. And then we're going to go ahead and square again. A goes first, so it's going to be 2 squared, which is 4, and then 5 squared, which is 25.